Ace completed the 3-1 comeback yesterday after the Pistons put on a very strong performance to beat the Magic in a Game 7. Cade Cunningham at 32 points. Tobias Harris also was great, had 30. Detroit will now head to the conference semis for the first time since 2008. As for their opponent, the Magic, we have breaking news moments ago from Shams Charania. The Magic have since now made it official that they have dismissed head coach Jamahl Mosley. Mosley's tenure in Orlando finishes after 5 seasons, including 3 consecutive playoff runs from 2023 to 2026. Orlando had a first-round elimination for the 3rd straight time this past Sunday. Now, we had talked a little bit about this before the playoffs, but then the Magic went on a little bit of a run, and I think everyone was surprised by that. Any thoughts on the fact that the Magic have now dismissed Mosley after taking Detroit, the 1 seed, to a Game 7?
To me, I think everything starts with Paolo Banchero as your lead guy. That relationship is critical. But also, I mean, look, this is an Orlando team. We've been talking for a while. We've been waiting for them to arrive, right? And I think there's still some pieces that they need. I think Billy Donovan's name, you'll start hearing his name a ton around this position. And whether that's right or wrong, that's up to the Orlando Magic to ultimately determine. But I did think this team kind of stalled out on where they were talent. I'm not sure Jalen Suggs makes the shots at the highest clip that you need him to make. I do wonder about who is that consistent number 2 that they need to bring to the table. B.I. was supposed to be that. Not sure he is that. And I think there are a lot of questions around it. But I think we all had higher expectations. I know as a basketball fan, with the talent they had, I expected more from Orlando. And it felt like they never really got over that hump.
Stephen A.
I'm a fan of Jamahl Mosley. I like him a lot. And I'm really, really sad that he lost his job. What we have to acknowledge, however, is that the firing is justified. Even though I think he's a damn good coach, and I think he deserves another head coaching opportunity somewhere else. But the Magic underachieved. It's not that you lost the 7-game series. It's that you had a 3-1 lead and you lost the 7-game series. This is after, making the playoffs every year, but going home in the first round. That Game 6 performance, where you're on your home turf and you're up 24 and you score 19 points in the second half, you can't get anything going right. And the Detroit Pistons outscore you by about 38. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. You knew when they lost Game 6, Jay, that if they lost Game 7, Jamahl Mosley was going to lose his job. You just can't lose like that. I'm still shocked. There are moments matter, Shay and Jay. They really, really do. I'm shocked that Quinn Snyder still has his job in Atlanta. For them, the Knicks beating them, not a surprise. But when you're down by 47 in a closeout game on your own home court in the first half, that reeks of everything wrong. Lack of preparation, lack of heart, lack of guts. Call it whatever you want. That is a basketball abomination. Him and his entire coaching staff should have walked out of the arena with pink slips. They should have been unemployed. Okay? Jamahl Mosley, I would never speak about him that harshly because I think he's a good coach. And I think that obviously you find yourself rooting for him and what have you with Orlando because I'm a Paolo Banchero fan. Make no mistake about it. I think the brother's big time. I think this is yet another Game 7 where he had no help. And that's really what this came down to. But that Game 6 where you got Detroit, first of all, you had them up 3-1. You almost closed them out in Game 5. They squeaked it out. Game 6, you're up 24 on your home court and you can't score? No. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. And that's what happened. And honestly speaking, even though this news had to come down because obviously the game was yesterday, I knew he was done Friday night when they lost that game in the second half. There's no way he was coming back from that. There's no way.
Jamahl Mosley had 5 seasons in Orlando. 2 of them were winning seasons. Obviously, the last time we saw the Magic was in Game 7 when they...
Charania reporting that Jamahl Mosley is out in the Orlando Magic organization as coach. I mean, Game 7 just ended. The jerseys aren't even washed yet, Chandler. I feel like we could have taken a breath here, but it seems like they were sitting on this one ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the rumors were swirling for the the better half of this season, and I think it's ignorant. I think it's short-sighted. I think obviously they didn't meet expectations in the regular season, and they kind of fell to an 8 seed. And when we thought they were going to be, close as high as, a 1 to a 4 seed heading into the season, kind of what they gave us last year, returning everybody, signing Desmond Bane was exactly what they needed. So I think going into the season, part of the issue here was the expectation was high. Now, on the flip side, they dealt with a bunch of injuries again. Paolo had his struggles, his inconsistencies. Their second best player, arguably their first best player, Wagner, was out for most of this series. Jalen Suggs, who the GM gave $150 million, not Jamahl Mosley, was absolutely brutal this series. And you fired Jamahl Mosley, who is, and it hurts me because I personally know the guy. He's an unbelievable dude. He's a great coach. He's a great defensive mind, which I think you need nowadays in an offensive-minded NBA league. And it's just, it bothers me. They were 45-37. And again, I think they just took the 1 seed to 7 games. And if they happen to win that game, then they realize their potential and they give them another chance, or at least go into next season with the understanding of this is how we play and this is how we compete. Taking the Detroit Pistons, who were the best team all season in the Eastern Conference, to 7 games. I think Game 6 really hurt him at home, getting blown out like that. I think that was kind of the icing on the cake of where this decision was ultimately made. But it's just a tough break. And now what? Now are you going to go and hire a fresh face and a guy that's never been a head coach before? Or are you going to just do the NBA refunnel thing where you hire Billy Donovan, who just failed for the last whatever years in Chicago? So let's give him another chance in Orlando. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I hate it. I think he'll get another head coach job because he's that type of dude in person. And I think if they would have given him just a little bit more time, and next season, if they do this again, if they fail, fine. But I think doing this the night of or the day, the morning after, losing Game 7 to a 1 seed, I think it's messed up.
All right, Lou.
Well, Chandler, we've been talking about it for so long this season. My opinion is, and where I'm coming from is all secondhand information. My opinion on it is, I think this decision was made way before this series. No matter the outcome of the series, it looked like the Orlando Magic were going to move in a different direction. You hear the conversations about him and Paolo not seeing eye to eye and things of that nature. And when you have such a young star player like that, it puts management in a position they got to choose, especially if there's some tension. And again, I'm only speaking from secondhand information. I don't know anything besides what's been reported and what's been put out there. But knowing the business and knowing how this thing operates, if the coach is at odds with the guy that they want to invest in long term, they're probably going to shade the way of the star player. You see that a lot of times in the NBA. In the NBA, the players run the league. It is a players' league. In college, the coaches run the league. They are the stars of the show. In the league, the stars are the stars. And it looked like this decision was made pre-7 games or what have you. I know Chandler and I, we have a difference in opinion on when this decision was going to be made. But for them to make it this quickly, damn near without even exit meetings being had, it feels to me, knowing how this game goes and how the business works, that this decision was made a long, long time ago.
Yeah, and that's fair, Lou. I do think that the conversations in-house have been going on for a long time. And again, this just proves our point earlier in the season that the relationship with him and Paolo is not as strong as it should be. But looking at Paolo, how he just played in this series, this was some of the best basketball he's ever played in his career. And that is under Jamahl Mosley in the biggest stage and the biggest point of the season. Game 5, Game 6, Game 7, elimination games. And you just saw the best basketball he's ever played. So, again, I know he had his struggles throughout the year, his inconsistencies. I know there was some offensive frustration about timing and spacing and kind of the system in which Jamahl Mosley had offensively, not getting Paolo to his potential. But the dude just played unreal in this playoff season and series when it mattered most. Wagner, like I said, was out. Desmond Bane was okay, but solid. So, there was a lot of issues here, and I don't think all of them should fall on Jamahl Mosley. I really don't, but I think you are partially right. I think this decision was made up, but the fact that they did play so good, get up in the series against the 1 seed, I think I'd give this guy another chance.
Yeah.
Go